Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So this is going to be the last part of this odd doll, odd girl that I'm doing on a piece of cardboard. So we're going to do the hair. Now my lighting's a little, I didn't play around with it. Okay, so we're going to do the hair. Now, one of the things that you guys write me who are new to mixed media and to art journaling and all that are supplies. A lot of you don't have supplies. A lot of you don't know what supplies to get to start out. A lot of you don't have a lot of money. And let me tell you, I understand that. So today what I'm going to do with her is we're going to do hair on her. I'm going to use dollar store tissue paper. Now, y'all know, I mean, you can go to the dollar store. They have all kinds of different packages of tissue paper that comes in a million different colors. And even if you can't find a color that you want, you can always change it with paint or watercolor or food coloring or Kool-Aid mix or Rit dye. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Crayola markers. You see what I'm saying? If you guys want me to do any demos on how to change it with not so traditional items, let me know down below. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I have her. I'm obviously not going to use the same color as her hair, but I think I'm going to unfold it and I'm going to take some of this pink. I love, now there's the pink and the purpley, like the magenta. I'm going to go with magenta. All right, I'm going to take a piece of the magenta. I'm going to try to take it. Can I take it? Can she take it? Yes, she can. Okay. Oh, there's dark green too. All right, I need to put it away because my mind goes and then we're not getting anything done. Okay, so we have our tissue paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to just tear it so it's more manageable. It does not have to be even. We're just cutting, you know, we're just ripping some pieces off. We'll start with these two pieces right here. I'm going to move that for a second. Okay, so you see we have our paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, now you can use white school glue. I'm using Mod Podge matte, but you can use your white school glue. You can use any type of school glue, PVA glue as it's called in other countries. You can use, I also have, and I'm not going to use this today, but I also have the E600 or 6000 rather spray adhesive. Whatever you have, okay? It will be fine. So I'm going to take some water first. Okay, let me do this. And I'm going to take my water. And I'm just going to squirt it just real quick. I don't want it soaking sopping wet, but I want it wet. And then I'm going to take my Mod Podge. I'm going to open it. I'm going to take a brush. I'm going in and use this the same way you would use your white school glue or what have you. And I'm just going to lightly brush this on everywhere. I don't need to make it, you know, everywhere, because we're gonna crush it and add more water. So I'm gonna add just a little bit on here. And when I go to squirt a little bit more water on it, what did I do with my water squirter? Here it is, my sprayer. Gonna wet it just a little bit more just to get that water going. I'm gonna put this to the side right now. I'm gonna take this and move it and just wipe off your area. Remember, you can use your nonstick mat. You can use your a piece of wax paper, whatever you have, you know. And here we go. And I'm going to make this into pieces of hair. And I'm just pulling it because it's like cotton candy now that we have it. And I'm going to pull pieces off. And yes, this is going to be messy. But hey, what in art isn't? And I am going to start making some hair. Now, I did this before with yarn, and I will link the video to that down below so you can see how I did that. All right, but you see what we're doing? We're just taking pieces, and I'm just twirling it around. If you need it wetter, please add more water. It's all in what you want, what you want. And I'm just going to dab my brush on there a little bit and squish it. And let's do like this. I'm going to go around her eyeball. And just kind of, and what's great about this, we're almost doing it like it would be like a plaster of Paris. Do you know what I'm saying? We're kind of doing that, and then we're going to put a coat over top of it. And I'm just going to keep pulling paces, and I'm going to keep twirling. And when I come back, you'll see what it looks like when it's done, and we'll go on to the next piece. Okay, so you can see I put my hair around. It was the tissue paper with some Mod Podge on it and some water. And now you can see like the different rows, okay? Now you can make this much more prominent if you want when you're rolling it to put the hair down. I kind of smushed it with my fingers a little bit. I took water on my brush, and I took some Mod Podge, and I went and I put it on everything once I was done with it to help seal it a bit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some hot pink, and this is number 634. I'm going to shake it, and I'm going to open it. Now I don't know if this is good. This might not be too dark, so I might have to mix it. You know what? I know what I'll use. I'm so confused. Okay, I'm going to use some of this. I'm going to use some of the periwinkle. And it is number 404. And I'm just going to use it out of the cap. I'm going to use a small paintbrush. All right, just a small, does it say? It's just a liner, number 2 liner. I'm going to wet it. I'm going to get off most of the moisture. I'm going into my periwinkle. And you can use whatever color you want. And all I'm going to do, I want it to be a little watery. Like you can see like that. I'm going to go in these darker lines where you can see the separation. A little bit more water. And I'm going to separate it a little bit, just kind of putting this in. And you don't have to do this. I wonder if I move closer, if you could see a bit better. Okay. And it's wet. This is still wet, and the paint I'm using is obviously mixed with some water. It's just to kind of add a little bit of a deeper, you know, because we all have roots and, you know, in our hair. Or at least I do. I'm just going around, laying it in there. Not worrying too much yet because it's just going to add a little bit of depth. And then, see how that adds? I don't know, just adds a little bit of something. Now what I'm going to do is rinse off my brush, dab it a little bit dry, not too much, and I'm going to go in and just kind of pull that through so it's not so, it's a little more watered down. It's not so, okay, I don't want it so transparent. I want it more transparent, if that makes sense. Just running it through for some highlights. That's it. Not so opaque. And that's all into what you want. You don't have to do that. If by chance you say, oh, you know what, I think I did a little more than I wanted to, take a paper towel or your art rag and just lightly push down, and you'll see some of it comes up, and you know, you'll be good to go. And that's what I'm going to do for that one. Just adds a little bit of something something, and once this is dry, I shall be back. Okay, so her hair is basically dry. It's still a little wet, but I'm going to go with it. And I'm looking for a quote. Now, because this is a smaller, you know, it's a cardboard canvas. It's not anything big. I want to use like a smaller quote on it, because I love quotes. Quotes are my thing. I know a lot of people on Facebook are like, if people post one more quote, I'm going to puke. I'm going to punch them in the face. I don't care. I love quotes. You know why? Because they make me read something that like has something to do with me today, and it reminds me that, you know what? Get out of your head. It's okay. And today the quote I'm going to do is be happy, be bright, be you. But right now I'm going to start with be happy because I don't know if it's all going to fit on there. What I'm doing is I'm using the plaid folk art painting stencil in the alphabet. Don't know if it has a name. No, it doesn't have a name on here right now. It's just cute alphabet. Very cute. So, oh my goodness, I should have taken a drink of water. So I'm just going with it. I'm not going to worry too much. Now, here's the thing. I could write straight on here. Okay, I could write on here and everything like that. I could use paint, and you definitely can. And you can definitely use paint with these. I'm going to use a marker and see how that works. However, remember we have this texture. And I love the texture, and I don't want to lose, I don't want to not lose the texture, but I want to be able for you to be able to read what it says. Now, I looked and saw, like, this is, flat in here, but it's not going to work for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. First, we're going to start with be happy. Now, I'm just laying it on there. I have my big super Sharpie, and it's permanent, but guess what? You can use whatever you have. And I'm going to push it down, and I'm not worrying how straight, how not straight. I just want this quote, be happy on here. And I'm going in, and again, you can use your paintbrush or whatever you have. And look at that. Look at that. And I'm going in with E. And I'm using the dark because I can see underneath to see where to put my E. Oh, no, she didn't. Yes, she did. And I'm going in. Over it a couple times. Be happy. I'm going to go over here. And I'm not worrying about being in a straight line as far as, because I'm all about, this is an odd girl, and she just does what she wants to do. And I can go back and make these darker if I think I need to. I can connect, whatever. I just want these on here because this is not about perfection. I say it all the time. It's about doing art. That's why I love the Odd Girls, because there is no... I'm not even going to lift it. I'm going to go over here for my next one. Not worrying how straight or not straight, remember. See? Look how nice. And then we need a Y. I'm thinking, how do you spell? What's the next one? What's the next one? Okay. All right. And then we're going to do the Y. And you see, I'm right over all that texture. Now, you can get one of these from the dollar store. If you don't have anything, it's one of the ones that the kids use. And it's, you could get bigger or smaller or whatever, but these aren't that expensive. And if you go to your local craft store, Plaid has a lot of stencils there as well. And you can just use a coupon, buy your favorite thing of letters, and there you go. So be happy. So I'm very excited with that. That came out really good. So I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm going to go in, and you can see, it separates a little bit. So all I'm going to do is kind of go in. Go over it so it kind of connects very lightly because I don't want to mess up my delicious stencils. Just want them a little darker. These ones came out nice because they're on the flat surface. Yes, yes. Gonna get that Y. Okay. Be happy. That's what I want to say. And then I'm going to put be you, because I think that's the whole thing here. Kind of like why I started the Odd Girls is because, you can look online. I've talked about this a million times. I'm not going into depth, but you can look online at 1,000,006 beautiful paintings of profiles, or of pictures of this, you know, pretty girls. And I think it's wonderful. And people who can do that, I think you're fantastic. I think you want to do classes and do that. I think it's wonderful. Me, on the other hand, as I progress in my life, my disabilities get worse. My coordination with my hands get worse. My brain, I mean, you know, the whole scenario, due to the chronic illnesses, due to the medications, due to the fibro fog, due to everything, life. And so I sometimes can't function enough to be able to do that. Hence why I love mixed media so much. But because you can do whatever you want. But with her, I found that I can make something cute. It's not, you know, the eyes don't match, noses, what the heck is that? I'm changing the lipstick. I don't care for that too much, but you know what I mean? Look easy peasy. And then something's made, and I can look at it and be like, you know what? That's pretty okay. I'm not too sad about that. So anyway, I think I'm going to do be happy and then leave B and then put you. Or maybe I should just do B. Maybe I'll just do B. Maybe. Boy, I'm doing the jokes today. Okay, I'm just going in. And you can use whatever color marker you have. You can get your Sharpies with a coupon at your craft store. You can get any alcohol ink marker you may have. Bic does them. You can use Copic, whatever. B, let's just do BU. BU. And this just helps with my handwriting. Now, I've done it where you could write on a piece of paper. Just trying to get that. You can write on a piece of paper what you want to say and then glue it on. Or paint it on a piece of paper and put it on here. And just glue it on, and that works as well, too. Yo. Okay. I'm just kind of judging a little bit. Not going to break my back over it. I'm just doing it. Because you're still going to be able to know what it says. And we can even put highlights. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay. I like exclamation points, and I'm putting that at the end. Because I wanna. Alright, and like I said, these are, look how fun. Look how fantastic. You can do so much. You can even put modeling paste through those and make texture on the back. So much fun. And I'm going in, and I'm going to just connect. Like that. And you don't have to. OCD. Make this a little bigger. Things that I don't worry too much about. Being straight, doing all this, making sure those lines connect every single time. All right. So you see, be happy, be you. And that's a super Sharpie. And like I said, use a coupon and get it. Use your paint. Use your acrylic paint. And I'm just hitting it with the heat gun to make it dry a little faster. Because these are like an alcohol ink marker, they dry fairly quickly. Just watch the fumes if smells bother you, because obviously these have fumes a little bit. Or you can just leave it dry for a minute, you know. Who's saying you can't do that? Not me. Now, I think what I'm going to do, sticking with, should I do white? Let me do white. Let me just take some white. I'm going to shake it up. Or you can use gesso. Gesso is white. You can use that there too. But I'm just going to shake up my white. Because the reason I shake it is for, obviously, to mix all the product together. But I also like to shake it because it makes the product. Oh, I'm shaking. I'm shaking. Because it also makes the product go into the lid. And as you know, I'm a freak. I like to paint from the lid most of the time. I'm going to take a teeny a little paintbrush. Where's a little paintbrush? We'll use this one again. I'm gonna wet it because I want it dry, but I want a point. So I'm just gonna go and give me a little point and dip just the tip. She is rhyming like Beastie Boys today. Gotta dip on the tip. All right. I'm lost. Okay. And let's just do a little highlight. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go on this side where the main And I'm just kind of like, just going to touch it a little bit. Because, you know, I like to touch it. All right. And a little bit more. And I like to dab with my finger because I don't want it too much. I just want it the littlest bit. And when you're using like a Sharpie or alcohol ink marker, you'll see you're not going to get like straight up white on here as the highlight because the ink is going to suck it in, but I don't care. Do your best, Timma ink. I'm just doing just a little bit of highlights, just a little bit on the tip, like I said. See? You could do the whole word. You don't have to just do a little bit. You could do every letter, everywhere you want. This is yours, sister or brother. Gotta start saying that because a lot of men lately, I don't know if it's my beautiful thin face or my perky bosom, but a lot of men have been following me and commenting and so, you know, fat girl with personality. I'm just, please don't write me. I'm just being silly. I mean, men have been, you know, but I'm just saying the fat girl personality. Please don't write and say I shouldn't. I'm not disrespecting myself. I'm just being silly. Now, see how thick you can make it? You definitely can. I'll save that for another blog. But yes, so I'm very blessed. I cannot complain that men that, you know, that like to craft and art and who are starting out, you know, like I said, that's another vlog. All right, you see how we did that? And it just adds a little, I don't know, something to it while you're looking. It just breaks that black up. And I'll save that for later. I'm digging the hair. I'm sitting here like, do you want to put some sparkle in that hair? You bet your sweet butt you do. So I got to get me some, one of my, where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Let's do some sparkle. Let's do some, I can't see today. Come on, Cal. Neon pink. Extreme glitter from Folk Arts. I'm going to do that last though, because I don't want to put my arm in, you know, I put my arm in everything. I'm going to go in and just kind of push a little bit of this in. You can see it's still a little wet underneath, and that's okay. I just don't want to keep mushing it. Okay, so I want to change her lip color because I'm looking at her and I don't know. I just want to change her color. And I think, see, here's my gig, all right? Let me tell you what my gig is. You see how she pops out at you? That's what I want, okay? I want her to pop out at you and the background be the background. But now you have the words and her. And that delicious background, when you look, you're like, oh, look, there's this, that, the other, all these different things. So I like that. I don't necessarily want to go over that and change it. So I think what I'm going to do, let's do this. Let's do this. Let me take my Sharpie. Now, you can use this again with a paintbrush. I did use my Stabilo yesterday, but I think I'm going to go. Now, here's the gig, all right? My Faber-Castells I love, but as you can see, I have two big ones that have mold all over them. So I have to go through my other ones. I have a big white one. I mean, they all have mold. They're not that old. Oh, my God. Beastie Boys. They missed having a female in their group. That's for dang sure, isn't it? But yeah, so my Sharpie, however, is good to go. So I have to write the company about my markers. And if you guys have any Faber-Castell, look, I love this company. I'm not saying a bad thing about them. The only thing I'm saying is I spend a lot of money on markers from them because I love these and the white one, like, and the gray, like all of them. So, you know, to open them and have mold on them when I use them quite a bit, it's kind of disgusting to me. So that's all I'm saying. Can it be a weird thing? Sure. But I'm going to write the company. We'll see what is going on. But check yours if you have any Faber-Castells or any, I mean, your markers in general, because I guess they can grow mold. I did not know. All right. So I'm going in. So when you're using your alcohol marker, here's what you're going to do. I'm just going around the edge like this, and then I'm going to smear it. Okay. And it'll smear. Now you're going to get dirty. It'll smear, but as soon as it dries, it won't. So only do small portions. And it's okay, it gets on her skin. You're just kind of, you see how much darker it is than over here? If you want to go back and get it on the paper, by all means, you know, on the neck, and it's just going to highlight it a little bit more. I like that pop of color. It's just how I roll. Do you not want this? Don't do it. See what I'm saying? You just don't do this stuff. You don't have to do everything I do. I do this so you guys have an idea, you know, that to play. You don't have to do stuff that I do that I don't like, that you don't like, that I do, if that makes sense. Does it? I don't know. Now let's do this little part on her dress. I think I might even put glitter on that. On this. I mean, we're going to glitter her up, right? And you see, it just makes it stand out a little bit better. I'm going to use, what color for her lips? What about orange? Oh, that was a squeaky. What the heck was that, Cal? That wasn't a rapper. That wasn't a rhyme. I'm going to use just pure orange. 620. Oh, God, I can't see. 628 orange. Pure. Folk art. There you go. I promise. I know I keep driving you guys nuts because I keep forgetting to put it down. Because I upload. YouTube has been a real pain in the butt. And so I do this. I upload. I clean up. And I get ready or do whatever I do. And like a half hour later, it's still not even doing what it's supposed to do uploading. So then I go upstairs, make dinner, and I have every intent on coming down, but then I forget, and then I put it live, and it's just this. So I'm really, that's my goal. I need to change a few things as life has changed for me lately. So yeah, so I'm gonna really try to do as I say. Who knew? All right, I'm just going in. Now you can definitely, which I think we might do. Let's gesso that real quick with just a little bit of the gesso, and I'm just cutting it up, taking it off the lid, and I'm just going to gesso it. Just because I don't want the orange to be so, and I have still some orange on my brush, who cares? Mixed media, my peeps. So I am a mixed media artist. I am disabled. Pretty fairly, much more than I like to think I am, because those tests and doctors, boy. But anyway, I love to do art. And I don't, this is how I do it. I do it whatever way is easiest for me. I'm not for everybody. I get that. I'm going to go over that middle line too. I can always go the outside with black or something. Let's do it like that. And now let's get some orange. This will be a base. And then I'll come back. See how much brighter that looks? I don't know if you can see that. And then I can come down, lay this down. Even though it's still wet underneath, I'm not going to worry about it. It'll just blend with this. And then I'll come back and do a full coat. But I do what I love to do. I don't, you know, and I love when I see other people doing it. I know, and oh my gosh, see, I shouldn't say this because I don't know her full YouTube, but I know crafting for everyone, crafting for everybody. I'm going to look it up. I'll link down below. But I know she does the same thing as I do. I know that Pink Poodle Crafts also has RA. And please, if there's anybody else out there, those are just off the top of my head. I'm not being mean to anybody by ignoring them. But, and some people don't like to share their disability. And I understand that. I do, because I want people, and that's a whole other vlog as well. I get asked that so much. I'm not capitalizing on my disabilities. I'm just saying, hey, we are not our disability. And just because you can't do things like you used to be able to, or how others do it, does not mean that you're not good at what you do, right? Right. Okay, so I will be back one more time I'm going to let that dry one more time and then be back, and then we will, you know, fix a few things and call it a day. Okie dokie, so I'm going to show you something I did, and then I'm going to take These are Mod Podge, a Spouncer set. And they're really cute. They're like wooden, and I'm like all about, I have Spouncers all sitting over there, all kinds of different sizes and everything. But I'm about using them up. I love using these. I've used these quite a bit through many of my videos and whatnot. But when you're done, I like to rinse mine off, and especially if you're using acrylic paint. Watercolor paint, you don't necessarily have to wash off right away, although you will want to wash it before you use it again because that color pigment will just sit in there. But I'm going with acrylic paint, and then I'm going to, I'll throw it in my water, and then when I have to go do my brushes in a bit to clean them, then I'll clean this off, squeeze it out real good, leave it sit up like this to dry, and we are all good to go. So I have some magenta here. What I want to do, I'm going to clean off this brush with this. Well, now, all right, I'm going to do this. Look at me go. I'm a Spouncer. Okay. And I just want to add a little bit of color because I love her hair. And then I'll tell you what I did as soon as I get this done. So I just want some, look, they don't have to be like spun on, right? I'm just doing some dots because I just think this needs some dots, some color. I might even do it in another color. Because, I don't know, polka dots make me happy. Right? It's kind of like Captain Crunch berries. I mean, it makes me happy. I can't help it. It tears the roof of my mouth up. And after I'm done eating them, like about a half hour later, I'm like, my God, what happened to my roof of my mouth? It feels like I got razor blades cut me all up there, but it wasn't. It was the Captain Crunch berries. And let me tell you, if you eat the Captain Crunch berries and never understood why your roof got cut up on top of your mouth, it's because of those. Does it stop me? I don't buy them often. Let's just say that. Because when I have them, I must eat them all. Because I love them. It's like a childhood thing. Don't ask. I share silly little tidbits about myself with you guys, and I wonder sometimes why. Do I want you guys to come back? Yes, I do. All right, so you can see very simply. Now, I might want to do this before I did the, I'm just going to do a little half a splotch there. Before I put the wording down, you know, this, but I mean, if you're like me and you just want to create and you don't want to really think ahead too much, that's what you shall do. Now, I'm going to add, I love the periwinkle color. It is my new favorite obsession. I have an obsession with some periwinkle paint. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not even washing my little Spouncer off. You can see. And I'm going to go on the edge there a little bit. Look at that. It just makes me happy. Now, I think I might even put some glitter in these. You know, like for a little something. A little bit there. Yeah, and then just wipe off so you can see the letter. There. Wherever you think. Because I love doing this. This is just a fun thing to do. I don't know. Don't ask. All right. So we think we're good. I mean, you can see. I don't know. It just makes me happy. All right. It just makes me happy. All right. So I'm just going to set that there because I am going to put that onto another piece of paper just so I use it all up and have fun dots everywhere. Now, well, let me show you what I did. Look in her eyes. Look in her eyes. They're almost all the way dry. Not really. I used the, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Mod Podge Dimensional Magic. And obviously it adds dimension. So I put it, see in the eyes, to make them look like glass eyes and a little bit in the lips. And it's hard to see right now because it's still a little wet. It dries clear. And then I have some sparkles in there, but yeah, so if I put my light on it, it makes it sparkle, but it's a little too, you know. So I gotta let that completely dry. Probably takes an hour or so, but I love this. I love this. I love this. The last thing I'm gonna do before I let you guys go is I'm gonna take some of my white paint and I'm gonna use that. See, I saved this paintbrush where I mixed it up, you know, to make it more, and it's all yucky. However, I'll use it on, you know, to put that paint on and use the rest of that. What was I saying? All right. My head. All right, I'm just taking a little paintbrush. Gonna make sure it's clean though. I don't want any extra color in there. I'm gonna wipe it off and I'm gonna take a little bit on the tip. Here we go again with the Beastie Boys. All right. Okay, it's either that's what she said, or now I'm a rapper in the Beastie Boys. So get used to it. Buckle up, Buttercup, because that's what I'm going to be saying until I figure out something else to say. I'm just going. Oh, you know what would be fun? Oh, Kelly, don't say it. I'm turning this backwards. See? Backwards, dipping it in the white paint. Let me see. The love. My dog's like, what? What's going on? Food? Food? No, not food. Excitement. I am dotting around. I'm gonna dot all around. And if you're lucky, I am forwarding through all this because I probably will be singing. But if not, I'm just adding a few dots here and there. You're going to see me do all these dots now because that means editing is not on my list today of things to do. Hence, or not even hence, what word do I want to say? Because I can't edit. I can do certain things, but it's YouTube. If YouTube has been messing up so much, taking a lot of subscriber numbers away and all kinds of things, taking unused accounts off, and it's all over. You could read it all over the internet. I guess something happened. I don't know. But well, that's that. Oh, I just love. It makes me happy. Doesn't it make you happy? It's like little happy dots. And I'm just, like I said, I'm sticking the other part of the pencil. I mean, the paintbrush in. And I'm just adding some random, no rhyme or reason, just kind of dotting it around. I think I got them all. I think I got them all. Oh, there's one right there. You're not getting away from me with the dots, mister. Now, if you didn't want to put them in the dots, you could do it on the outside. It doesn't matter. It is all your thing. So I'm going to put my lid on my white paint. And I'm going to call this one done. Put a fork in me. I'm done with this one. I just rhyming, my goodness. Okay. So look. See those eyes? Love it. Love it. Be happy. Be you. You can also turn these into little flowers. Use this. Let me show you. Let me move this apart because now I get all in my head and it's like, well, let me just show you something. All right. Let's say you want to make some flowers. I'm going to see how I'm turning it just so I get it. You don't have to do all this so fancily, but let's just pretend. Okay, you have these, like, and you're like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? You have these on your background. Go in, pick a marker or pen or paint, and just do your thing. Look. And make a bunch of flowers. See? And then you can make, you know what I mean? And you can use it that way on your background. If you want, I'll do this one because it's a little less paint in it, but go in the middle. And just do swirlies on it so it looks like, you know, you're doing something. You could do spikes if your marker wasn't running out of ink. Do you see what I'm saying? And then you can write words on here like love, breathe, right? So you can do all kinds of fun things. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is going out to a wonderful woman. I have a lot of these going out, but this one I thought I would do on video. If you want to see any more of these on video, let me know. Or anything else that you want to see. I love these. Like I said, I can go on. I can still, you know, I'm going to outline the lips a little bit just to clean them up a bit once all this is completely dry. But for now, I'm thrilled with this. And I just, you know, I put all this energy into it and love, and I want to send it out to somebody. Yeah, so I'm just so happy. And all this is a piece of cardboard. So let me know what you guys think down below. As always, please share me around as I'm your loose friend. I appreciate it. I don't have any words today to share. That will resume probably tomorrow. And yeah, you guys rock. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I should be doing a vlog soon. I have a lot of questions and things to talk about. But for now, I'm signing off. So, I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Be kind to yourself. And I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.